How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by Chiefs Blitz, chiefsblitz.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Chiefs Blitz. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and we do a very cool show, and we have a lot of fun here. I'm joined by my partner, Mr. Hense Todd, with Bowtie Sports. Check out his podcast every Saturday with Coach Dre, 1 o'clock Central Time at Bowtie Sports. And before we get started on a lively show today, we're going to talk about my good friend and our corporate sponsor, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Group. He is your trusted real estate advisor. He's my trusted real estate advisor. Eric is simply the best. Not only has he been a friend for decades, but when we started Chiefs Blitz, he was the first call. What can I do to help? And he climbed on board as our first sponsor, and we really appreciate his trust in us and his ability to deliver the game-defining a house for myself and my wife, Emily. He and his team were absolutely amazing. They found us a house. It was a long process. We finally got it done. At the end of the day, this man answered every phone call, every text message. He was there for us, and he fought for us with he and his team, and I couldn't be happier. So if you need someone who's going to do that for you, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785 or email at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Yes, he certainly is. And we're joined by the other two members of the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, Mr. Lou Montagna on the East Coast and Coach Andre Tillman, sporting the HBCU.
Most definitely.
Busy time. Soon we're going to be in this long lull of what are we going to talk about? The Chiefs training camp isn't for
always
6 weeks.
Something to talk about.
But there will always be something to talk about because Twitter never sleeps, and you can always find some good tidbits on Twitter. And right now the Chiefs are involved in the last they got one more day tomorrow of OTAs. The next week they will have a mandatory minicamp where all of the players are required to go to the camp. And they will be fined if they don't. I don't anticipate any holdouts this year. There may be some excused absences, but at the end of the day, this team, based on their commitment in the OTA sessions so far, have been mighty impressive. The majority of the guys have been there most of the time, including Kelsey and what's that? You playing music behind me? Am I rambling too much to start the show?
No, I was gonna say you said some mostly some people there. I was like, some people weren't there. Some people weren't there every day.
Hence,
but their attendance is certainly better than Lamar Jackson
at a funeral home or something.
Yeah,
what,
really.
What was that?
No. There's none of that. None of that death to the Chiefs stuff. No. We're storming. We haven't even gotten started yet in our dynasty. We're just starting it right now.
Anyway, infancy stages, yes.
Beginning infancy stages. The Chiefs are about
preteen.
Yeah, the Chiefs are like one of those teams. They're probably about 5-6 years old, and they're already playing Mozart on the piano. That's kind of how I view them. So 5 more years from now, could be the greatest team of all time. We'll see.
Kareem said, "Lou's boy, young Joker. Where's this boy at? Where is he at, man?
He'll be there when he's supposed to be there.
After the mixtape release,
he has to be there. Right?
After the release, the mixtape.
Is the NBA start tonight or is it tomorrow night?
He said after the mixtape release.
I believe I think it's tomorrow night.
Is it tomorrow night? I thought so.
He said after that mixtape release. Hey,
yeah, man.
You know what you over there doing, Joe?
It's party time.
I'm left. I just
that's all it is for real. Let everybody drop and Young Joker's coming.
Hey, everyone prepares differently. If that's what it takes for him to get in the right mindset, to get his hands right, everything else. Let's go, Young Joker. You be you. You be you.
Man, that's too much of being you because you can't catch. I'm left, I'm right. Hey, what you mean, Lou? Be you? That's what it was. He's being him, and it's not paying off.
I'm just playing. I'll just play it.
New beginning, coach. New beginning. New year.
Okay. New year.
Wash
new
our
beginning.
hands. Let's
new
go.
Tape. I got you.
It's a new tape. What do you say? Is that Joker is riding his new? What is that?
The Joker's riding his new Rice rocket motorcycle. Hey, he said Joker.
Marilee, I think Marilee has to clarify. Is that his teammate Rashee Rice, or is that some sort of brand that you're referencing?
I think it would be a brand. Knowing if you follow Marilee Trahan on Twitter,
maybe a brand that comes from a certain part of the world.
She tells it exactly like she thinks it. It's very, I don't always agree with everything that she posts, but oh man, she is just. We knew it was the brand.
Yeah.
She just brings it, and God love her for it too.
She brings everything, man.
I'm thinking, Marilee, you're either riding an Indian or a Harley, and
she's got to be a Harley girl.
In this case, Young Joka is on like a Suzuki or a Yamaha,
Kawasaki, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm left. I'm right.
This dude funny, man.
Marilee's got to be a Harley girl. Come on, Marilee, give it up.
Is that Young Joka or what is it?
That's Young Joka.
That's Young Joka.
He said that's Young Joka.
Well, is it or isn't it?
Oh, he's talking about Gemini. No, because it mixed up. Ain't that hot yet? Ain't that hot yet? Not yet.
It's something I'm working on.
There it is. I had
there
it.
You go.
I had it. Of course.
That's right. Way to go. Yeah, that was a big stretch there, Nick.
Hey man, at least I got it right,
we could probably get down to whatever. No, we won't do that. Whatever. So speaking of OTAs, one of Nick's favorite players, Lamar Jackson,
who
didn't show up to OTAs, I think until today or yesterday. Looked very happy to be there, skipping onto the field. Evidently, money and workout bonuses aren't important to him. He needed to be there for 80% for $750,000, and he's like, no worries.
And he negotiated his own contract.
He did take down some weight, so maybe we'll see him.
He's going to be more
running a little bit more, maybe juking guys a little bit more. I don't see how that's going to help him at this point, but hey, it's a thing. Guys are slimming down for some reason.
Yeah, they got a chance to be a really halfway decent wild card team. We'll see.
But you know what's on the good side of things, Hense's boy that he wanted to play for the Chiefs, Wiggins, is becoming a star in Baltimore. He's becoming a star in Baltimore, man.
What's their record, Coach?
Their record right now.
Since Wiggins got there, what's their record?
I think they're undefeated right now.
Yeah. They are,
they undefeated.
Absolutely.
What the hell?
All their games are blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
And all we know is what their media tells us. So
hey, Lou, it's always competition, Lou. We're always competition, Lou.
Again, well, the other thing is it just fit him right now. Another guy you're going to put into a Hall of Fame before
we gotta speak it into existence, Lou. We gotta speak into existence, sir.
Well, we do speak a lot into existence here. That's for sure.
Right. That's right.
That's one of the show's absolute strengths. But yeah, Jackson, I mean, like I said, he negotiated his own contract and I don't know, $750,000, a lot of money to me, or a lot of iron, as my grandfather used to say. We talked about this before the show. Can you imagine
$50 million per year?
It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, to him, it doesn't care.
He got his money. He proved his point.
Oh,
he choked in the postseason again.
Wait a second, hold on. He went out and became again second-time MVP of the league.
I give him all the credit for it. He's a great regular season player.
Team sport, got his team to the championship. Lost the game pretty much at down to the end, a fourth quarter game to a team that's on a historic run.
Right.
So let's give him his due.
No, I'm not dissing him. I'm not dissing that aspect of it.
Sounds like it.
Let me clarify, because I have been approached by this by other people as well. I think Lamar Jackson is a terrific talent. I think he's a good regular season quarterback. I do not think he's built to win in the postseason, and I'll tell you why. His performance in the AFC title game with at home against the Chiefs, where he said, "I'm going to be an equal passer of Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to throw the ball as many times as Mahomes. I'm going to prove that I'm just as good as he was."
I have a question for you. So do you think they were calling running plays and he was checking out to all those passes?
I think some of the time he was. If you watch the film, you can see that he changed some plays. And I think that was the we're going to be the equal of Patrick Mahomes. We're going to prove to everybody that we can throw the ball just as well as he can. And yes, he won an MVP in a year where some of the superstars of the game didn't have great seasons. He took advantage of it. He was the best quarterback in the regular season when it comes to statistics and running, not necessarily all the throwing things. But at the end of the day, guys, and I say this all the time, it doesn't matter. You got to be able to win in the postseason. Yeah. And, that's it. The regular season does not matter. The regular season is the opportunity to get to the postseason.
Well, my point is saying that he's MVP of the league isn't that was his goal. The reason I say that is because to be MVP of the league, you got to be, pretty good, I would think, right?
You also have to show up and work out with your teammates in the offseason.
Can we agree that you have to be pretty good to be the most valuable player in the league?
Ruben said Lamar Jackson is the running backs playing quarterback.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
That's all he out there doing.
Listen, my dislike, it's not really dislike for him. I'm spoiled. I'm a Chiefs fan. I got Patrick Mahomes. What does Patrick Mahomes care about? Winning what? Super Bowls. Lamar, and he spends all of his offseason getting these guys together, working him out, whether it's at his house or at a school or at a local school. He gets a lot of these guys to come down.
I heard
they all bought in. Can you imagine Patrick Mahomes skipping all but 2 OTA sessions? It would never happen. He won't miss one unless it's a family thing,
right? Or
something that just says, I can't be there that day, or he's sick, or he's hurt. And even then he probably still will show up. And that's what people overlook when they compare all these quarterbacks.
We're at 100% now. For every time we talk about a different quarterback, it always comes back to comparing him to Patrick.
But that's what the league does.
We know he's the best. He's otherworldly, but there's 31 other teams.
You're missing the point.
We have to play a schedule. No, I know I hear what you're saying, but my point is that the guy's got to be pretty good. Now, whether his practice habits are to what it takes to win a championship,
that's my point.
We're not seeing it yet.
We haven't seen it in 6 years.
We may never see it.
You're right, and
how many years has it been since Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes has not been in the AFC Championship game?
7 years.
No.
8 years.
Both of them together.
Yeah.
So it's been like 13 years that one of them has not been in the AFC Championship. So whatever quarterback you're talking about, to even get there is a huge feat.
Sure.
So it's been Burrow, it's been Jackson, it's been Ryan Tannehill. So not to put him in the same class.
Boy, is that a statement? Ryan Tannehill gets you there, and then Jackson doesn't.
Hey. Wow,
boy, listen.
Some might say it was Derrick Henry, but whatever. Yeah. They got there and their defense. Yeah. But I guess again, I hear what you're saying, but in terms of Lamar Jackson, I think we have to give him his due that being accomplished, winning MVP of the league twice. You have to agree that he's pretty damn good.
Right. Yep. All right, Andre, score us out here.
Well, listen, I'm listening to both of y'all. We talking about who beat Mahomes and who the greatest, man. Y'all all know what I'm about to say. I mean, there's only one guy. There's only one guy that comes close to
here it comes.
Patrick Mahomes, and that's that great quarterback, man. That's that. I mean,
Shiesty.
you know, he's a little,
Shiesty.
No, he's a little tender right now. He's a little tender right now. Word on the streets is he's a little tender right now, but he's still rehabbing. He's still coming in full effect right now. You know, he's still getting his stuff together.
Another word for soft.
It's tender, you know. And look, his ligaments got to stretch out. His ligaments got to stretch out.
I've got a little homework assignment
that
for
door.
you.
You knocking at that door.
Yeah, you're knocking that jail time if you bring up that quarterback from Cincinnati.
Bring it up.
Since you referenced that AFC Championship game that he won, and you're a total stats guy, can you go back and see what Joe Burrow's stat line was that day?
Oh, are we talking about stats? We talking about wins?
Oh, here we
go.
go.
What I'm saying is,
got a point.
Like, he got it done.
So
let's see how he did that particular day. Now, obviously, win's a win. Yeah. But you keep saying that Joe had just about everything to do with that. So
he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
And he's hiding behind the mic, so I'm not sure he really believes it.
So shout out to Patrick Mahomes for setting it up sweetly, because Patrick Mahomes wasn't ready yet. He wasn't ready for that moment yet. He wasn't ready for the moment yet. You know,
you're riling him up. You're hiding behind the mic. We can't tell if this is a recording or not.
Oh yeah, I'm very much recording this, Nick. I'm just saying.
Tell that you don't even believe your own BS right now. Is your hat starting to flutter to one side? Your mouth is behind the mic, and we can't even. You don't want to show your face.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. Man, we all know that Joe Burrow is better in big games. He's better than Lamar Jackson.
Jackson. Okay.
Lamar Jackson. Then Josh Allen. Right. He did beat Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl, guys, and he almost won it if it wasn't for Aaron Donald.
There you go. Flush him down.
I just a little homework assignment. You're Mr. Analytics, Mr. Statistics. Go back and look at his stat line that day, and maybe your mind might not be quite as certain.
Oh man, I will. It went for Chris Jones. Like Chris Jones played a big hand in Mahomes beating Burrow and them. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Take a look.
I ain't stopping nothing. I ain't stopping. Yeah, Nick started it. Nick started it. Nick said, "Go ahead, Dre." He said, "Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead." Say, I know you want to say it. It wasn't my fault. I
thought you would give an opinion about Lamar Jackson and how he's a running back playing quarterback, or that he hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl, or
he wanted to prove a point. Lamar wanted to prove a point to everybody and say that he can get the job done. That he can get the job done, just like Patrick Mahomes. And Nick, for real, honestly, that season he played phenomenal. He was throwing the ball. He was playing phenomenal. He's playing balanced.
The Titans came in and said, "Boom." They punched him in the mouth, and he didn't know what to do.
I mean.
All right, John's got a story here. Did you ever hear the story Stan Weber told about Jackson from his son?
Short story.
Stan said his son was invited along with college special teams coaches to a clinic. Harbaugh, his dad, Jim, and Belichick hosted a coaching clinic in Baltimore. They let him sit on the OTAs and meetings too. While John Harbaugh is telling a story to the team and the coaches, Lamar is 10 minutes late to the meeting and walks in. Harbaugh didn't scold him, but he said, "Hey, Lamar, I'm telling the guys a story that you can." I'm assuming there's more.
There's more to come. It's ... Evidently, he made his point that Lamar showed up late.
Yeah. So there. I mean, it just, again, guys, it just goes to show. This is just my opinion. If you want to win a Super Bowl in this era of football, Patrick Mahomes is showing every other quarterback what it takes. If Lamar Jackson isn't choosing to now to Andre's point, the kid from Cincinnati, if he's healthy, he's really good. He's very good. He's probably the second or third best quarterback in the National Football League. And there's nothing wrong with Joe Burrow when he's healthy. Now, the question is, and we say this over and again, no T. Higgins. That impasse has been going on for over a year. And you got Chase, who wants to get paid now, not next year. And Justin Jefferson just got, $35 million or whatever it was? a ridiculous amount of money to pay a guy who isn't going to be the person that drives the bus to win a Super Bowl. He's just going to be one of the parts and the pieces that are necessary. But listen, we're not going to know. We're not going to answer the Joe Burrow question unless he's missing. What happens if he can overcome what he might be missing this season with a couple of holdouts?
250-2-1, Lou, to answer that question. 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Mahomes had 3 for 2, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Yeah, so there are your stats right there.
All right, we'll see.
Boom.
We can continue this debate.
He didn't exactly dominate the game. Point.
What he did, he threw less interceptions than your boy Mahomes.
It was more about Lou.
I think we can say with 100% certainty, I am not getting a signed Lamar Jackson jersey for my man cave.
Why not? I mean, I'll get you. Okay, you're right. Nick, I get you.
Nick, that purple would.
It just wouldn't clash with the red.
Would completely clash with the
Well, let's get into OTAs.
Let's talk about the Chiefs.
Yeah, important stuff, guys in shorts.
Important stuff, whatever.
Guys in shorts throwing the ball around. Hey, Brett Veach showed up. I think Mango made it sound like Brett Veach was on a milk carton or milk, whatever. Like, where has he been? This is the first picture we've seen in forever. Maybe he's just camera shy, Mango. Did you ever think of that?
No, that's the architect. That's the guy who's helped us win 3 of the last 4.
Both of y'all go to jail.
We love you. We love you, Mango. Those graphics.
I'm going to jail.
Go ahead and get in there. Both of y'all too. Yeah, before the beginning of the show, you came on here with your nonsense talking to Joe Burrow. Then you come on here and talk about guys that's in shorts. Hey, I don't know what to tell you guys. But we are talking about OTAs. OTAs, and it is a thing that you can't talk about, sir. It is what you can talk about. We got Hollywood Brown.
The birthday boy
is out here getting it in. And what you think about it, Nick? I will let
let the guys back in. But yeah, no, I mean, yesterday was Hollywood Brown's birthday, and awesome to see him out there through a long pass, and everybody's excited. Again, I don't care if these guys are in shorts or without pads. There's clearly a lot of talent on this football team, and there's clearly this man came to Kansas City prepared. He was prepared. The second he signed his contract, the next day he started working out Patrick Mahomes and has every day that he possibly can since. That's what you want. And so I think he'll ultimately be, I'm not putting him in the NFL Hall of Fame or the Chiefs Hall of Fame, but I will say
the Todd Hall of Fame.
Of all the free agents signed, he'll be in the top 5 at the end of the year.
Todd Gold's jacket.
Places.
Bow ties Gold's jacket. Bow tie Gold's jacket, man. You get those early, man. Hey, Hall of Famer, man. Hey. Right now, bow tie, man, right now, he's the best at, man, making you feel great. You haven't touched the ball yet, but from his eyes, you're great. You everything the Chiefs need, man. His eyes, right?
All right. Before we, I want to give John his due for finishing the comment. Harbaugh said to Lamar, "Hey, can you tell us what we're talking about?" Obviously, he couldn't. It was Harbaugh's way of letting Lamar know he wasn't happy about being late. If Lamar is a leader, you aren't late to meetings. So there you go. That's it. That's all you need. There's nothing else you can say about Lamar
Nick, that's all Nick wanted to. That's all Nick wanted to hear. That's all he wanted to hear. Nick.
No, I think it's accurate.
I mean, I get it.
Okay, back to the Chiefs. Back to the OTAs. Back to the fact that these kids are already in the Hall of Fame.
Nick. No more Lamar Jackson, right?
Not today. Right. I'm putting a kibosh on it.
Okay, bad, cool.
He did show up today, though, Nick.
He did show up.
He did feel better.
I give him credit. I give him credit for showing up for 2 of the 12.
Not that Nick went into detail and said
that's
2.
Like the 8th or 9th hitter and a batting average. So I wouldn't be too proud of it.
Okay, I got you.
All right,
Dre, before we go, stay off of Joe Burrow, man. Stay off.
I didn't bring up Joe Burrow. I didn't bring him up. See, Bo. Next subject, guys. Next subject. Somebody got a BBL on the show. I don't know who it is.
You take that.
He's on Joe Burrow. He's on Joe Burrow.
Take the bass. If you take the bass and the volume down a little bit, we can actually tell what that noise is there, Hense. Come on.
Okay, my monitor was shaking.
There you go.
I need more. I'm a treble guy. All right, I need more treble.
So OTAs, Chiefs, Hollywood Brown. I seen the deep ball, right? Beautiful deep ball. Lou stated earlier, it's just OTAs. We're not seeing nothing. Just OTAs. There's nobody going against them, pressing them.
Stop it. You all on Twitter talk about this. Marks and Bonzi Molly Rob, whatever his name is, over here catching balls in shorts.
I didn't even say nothing though. I'm just saying this is Lou mentality. It's OTA.
Lou,
what are they getting excited for? What are they getting excited for?
Hey,
because that's what we're talking about today.
All right. I get it. Hollywood Brown is a dog. Ruben, hey, listen, Hollywood Brown been proven.
That video was on a loop, and Kelvin Joseph has got to sit there and watch his back.
Yeah, I know.
While Hollywood's in the end zone, like chasing.
Somebody on Twitter
and over and over.
Somebody on Twitter said that's Scott Moore. I don't know. They said it was Scott Moore.
That wasn't Scott Moore. I zoomed in.
Back, right?
I zoomed into
pretty sure it was Kelvin Joseph.
But honestly, we all know what Hollywood Brown could do. I'm not worried about Hollywood Brown. I have seen this man play from Baltimore, from college, Baltimore, Arizona. We know what Hollywood can do. It's Worthy. I want to see. Where's Worthy at?
Yeah, he's not ready. He's not ready to roll. Like I said, that's my point about saying that it's OTAs. If he's a little, you use the word tender. If the hamstring is not quite ready, you're not going to throw him out there because it doesn't mean anything.
Got chicken legs, man. You got chicken legs.
I don't think he'll play. I don't think he'll participate in minicamp either.
The nice thing to see though is that again, just the connection and so forth. It doesn't equate to, hey, this is what it's going to be in games, but at very least, they're building towards something. So with Hollywood being there, and to Nick's point, as far as him being one of the top 5 free agent signings, he could legitimately be the top because of what they spent and the fact that he can be the number 1 receiver on the best team.
Okay.
And if you were to say that before the year, just say, okay, there's going to be a guy that does this.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever that guy is going to be one of the best players in the league.
So make a great point.
He's got a huge opportunity, as do all the other receivers. But I think he's putting himself in a position that he can actually come through on it.
Yeah, well, that's Patrick Mahomes there saying, "Hey, Brett, sign this kid long term. I don't care what it takes."
No, I have to sign Hollywood. Sign Hollywood.
And Brett's
I would
saying,
not be shocked.
Can we play one game first, Patrick? Can we play one game first?
I would not be shocked if they get something done.
But you know what? That first bomb to Hollywood Brown gonna be fantastic.
But they really haven't. Who have they signed early outside of Patrick? I mean, seriously, you're sitting there potentially 2 Pro Bowl, well, at least 1 Pro Bowler in Creed and Trey Smith. Are they going to get done this summer? I mean, if they're not, then again, you're going to go through the whole season again and potentially run into a Chris Jones situation, a L'Jarius Sneed situation. And if they're looking at it as, okay, these are offensive linemen that we can replace.
Good deal.
And if they start looking at things like, okay, we're going to draft these guys, we're going to develop, and you're going to play here for 4 or 5 years, and then you're moving on because we're not overspending on the interior offensive line.
But here's where you have to take the line in the sand when it comes to the Chiefs and players deciding whether to give the hometown deal or not. They want to play for the winner. The only guy that wanted the money was Sneed, and everybody else said whatever it takes. To keep the continuity together. And I'm not begrudging Sneed whatever.
Willie Gay didn't.
Willie Gay didn't get anything. He got $3 million basically.
That's
that's
my
guy
point.
That was like at the tail end of free agency. It was kind of his only real offer. Nobody else was.
You got a couple of rings in your pocket.
And he got some rings. And again,
I want some scratch now. Come on, let's go.
Chris Jones took advantage of the fact that he wanted top dollar, but he's also the best at what he does.
Yeah.
And he impacts games in January and February. And that's
why
he got paid.
And you would have to believe that Creed is in a very small group when you talk about the best centers in the NFL.
No, definitely.
And it just comes down to how much do you value that position. The Chiefs have historically moved off of centers in the past. We've talked about it before. Hudson. Who was the other kid that went to play for
Buffalo?
Morse. From Missouri.
Mitch Morse.
Right. So these guys now again, Hudson was a Pro Bowl player, and they let him go in free agency. Morse, I don't think was at quite that level, but they're like, hey, we can throw in Austin Reuters, right? And we can get to a Super Bowl with this guy.
Yeah, that was shocking.
What are we going to do now? Is Norzad from Penn State? He can play multiple positions. They're like, well, yeah, Creed, you're really good, but we're not going to give you $100 million over 5 years. We're going to give this guy a chance to play at his rookie deal. And we'll take that money and put it elsewhere. An edge rusher, another wide receiver when Hollywood leaves, whatever it is. So that's going to be an interesting one, because those two guys, you would think if they were going to get somebody done early, those are the two right now.
Yeah. Then they got plenty of cap space. So basically,
y'all don't have faith in countries. Like what I'm hearing is this: y'all rather put money elsewhere, train the youngin to come in and take over for country.
Country? Who's that?
Creed Humphrey.
Creed.
Dang, man, where you been at? Where your eyes at, man?
You said country.
Where your eyes at, country, man? Dang.
Who's that?
Nah, but everybody in the chat is talking about who is going to be the first person to get the bomb, the first game of the season. Worthy of Hollywood Brown. Worthy of Hollywood.
You would know right after
You're
this.
You're all going to be sick when you see young Joker running right past the rookie Nate Williams, and he catches it and just goes the distance.
Whatever.
Let's get right into our sponsor.
Joker.
All right, let's talk again about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes. With the Eric Haynes Group, he is your trusted real estate advisor, part of the SunWest Real Estate Advisors team in the greater Kansas City area. Everybody knows the story. I've said it 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it again. If you want someone you can trust, you want someone who's going to be there for you, who's going to have his entire team working to make sure that you get what you want, which is either to buy a house at the best price possible or to sell a house at the highest price possible. That's what you need. Give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785 or email him at esaleskc@gmail.com. And don't forget, if you use him to buy or sell a house, I will personally give you an item signed by my hero, Mr. Lenny Dawson.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
But he said Young Joker's going to be the first one. He said he's going to zoom after his mixtape drop. Ain't going to be the first one.
How do we get from Dawson to Joker?
He'll be making up for his drops from last year's opener, man.
His mixtape drop. I got you.
Oh my goodness.
I got you. But I say Hollywood Brown gets the first.
That's his new slogan this year. We're not dropping passes anymore. We're dropping mixtapes.
That's right. Hey,
let's go. Put that on a t-shirt, Nick.
Put that on the grill and smoke it.
Oh boy. All right, let's jump tackles. Let's go to our poster child, our poster boy for the show today, and that's Mr. Charles Omenihu, who, if anybody hasn't seen it, he has done, I think, 2 episodes now.
Hook 'em,
a Texas guy, of a behind-the-scenes look at his recovery from surgery. It's pretty remarkable when you look at it, and I highly recommend watching it. They're not that long. They're about 9 minutes long. And I think when you see what this man has gone through and the perseverance, there's legitimate opportunity for him to make an impact a lot earlier in the season because of his work ethic. And I can't wait for episode 3 to drop, because it's just been fascinating to watch to date. For Charles Omenihu, to me, is the guy that I wanted so badly for the Chiefs to sign a couple of years ago or the year before. He was that one free agent that said, hey, this is a guy they can get at a decent price. He's going to make an impact. He's going to be overlooked in San Francisco. They're not going to value him.
He made the wrong bet.
And they made the wrong bet. Now they've gotten rid of most of their defensive line, who went elsewhere once they could get the money. Now, Omenihu has been working his tail off. He made a big play in the championship game. He made an even bigger play that goes unnoticed in the Buffalo Bills game when Josh Allen was rolling out in the pocket and he chased him and forced him out of bounds to throw an errant pass on 3rd down that led to the choke job by the kicker a play later. So with that said, Omenihu to me is a guy that I think can have a huge impact for this football team. I love his work ethic. I thought the picture of him and Worthy together, a couple of Texas boys, was really cool to see. But kudos to him. Hopefully we can get him on as a guest in the show and talk about his rehab a little further. But I'm with Mara Lee on this, and I'm really excited to see him play again. I think he was an unsung hero. And remember, he was suspended 6 games last year, so he's got a lot to prove. And there's a really good chance that in the rematch at San Francisco, he's going to be on the field because obviously he missed the Super Bowl because of the ACL tear. But to me, he's another guy, I'd like the Chiefs to keep long term. And he's made it pretty clear he wants to get paid. So it may not be as easy, but, he's definitely on that. If I'm going to keep a guy in the locker room and I'm going to keep a guy who wants to play and who's willing to show the other kids what it takes, this is that guy.
Well, I think there's no question that the entire locker room is littered with guys like that. And that's by design. And the fact that, they keep winning, that just feeds that, right? So everybody wants to, be a leader, wants to show that they're going to work hard, that they're going to, it's very competitive to try to even get on the field because the roster's so deep. In terms of Charles, everything that we expected from him coming into last year, sure, we had to wait for 6 games. He's out, but I thought he performed very well while he was able to play. So it really doesn't surprise me how hard he's working to get back for selfish reasons. Obviously, he wants to show he's worth what they paid him and worth what he's expecting them to pay him. In terms of the team, defensive end is certainly an area that the Chiefs, if you looked at the roster and looked at areas, not necessarily of weakness, but where maybe it's not as strong as they'd like it to be, defensive end is it. And he's the leader of that group. So if he can get back, and again, the young guys start, continue to grow and get better, then it's just going to be good for everybody. But this is, for him to be working this hard and be able to potentially come back early from an ACL tear is, it's amazing. It just shows the type of guy that he is.
Yeah, just come in, play well, get into the rotation because it's another guy. Remember, Spags love these type of guys anyway. Coming in guys just make a lot of impact guys that can get to the quarterback. So another great rotation guy. So don't rush it, brother. Don't rush to come back now because that's your Achilles now. Don't rush that.
Hey, I feel like
ACL.
A kid's ACL. No,
it was ACL.
My bad, Omenihu. My bad.
I mean, it was still a difficult injury to come back from.
Regardless of the fact.
But, yeah.
Right.
If he comes back, I hope play. Plays hard, man. Hey, he did play good. Like that Chargers game, the Baltimore game, got the strip sack there. He was on a tear. Him, Chris Jones, George Kalafis. Them 3 right there was probably was unstoppable.
Don't say tear anymore about him.
Oh, yeah.
That could remove that from the Chiefs Blitz vocabulary.
That could be triggering.
Don't say on the
tear. Tear strains or pulls.
He said on the tear. We don't want that. Do not put tear out there, man.
He was in high octane motor.
There you go. High octane motor.
Tread light.
Don't put me in jail talking about tear. You go to jail. You go to jail talking about some tear.
Needless to say, he's a Chiefs Blitz fan.
Yes, he's retweeted a couple of things. We appreciate that very much. Absolutely. But again, I mean,
I'm trying to talk.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Well, you got to talk, man.
Can you tell us a little bit about the hair? The hair is starting to rise up more and more every show.
I had one take. I was trying to explain it. I didn't get to explain it on the goddamn show. I'm like, God dang it. Can I say a word? I'm not just here to push buttons now.
There's an internal bet for every show to see how long we can keep you from getting it out there.
He said I only have one take.
All right, put us all 3 in jail. The time is yours.
Oh, snap.
That's a good one.
All I said that all 3 of them was, they were the best 3 that I've seen so far. So if he do come back, it'd be a blast. But go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
That was it?
That's it? All that anticipation for like a sentence?
I was stoked.
Man. Did you hammer one of those nails in your hand when you were putting your fence up or something?
Man, y'all are
some sort of beautiful soliloquy about Charles Omenihu, intestinal fortitude and courage.
If I go deep in detail, Lou gonna say, "You just try to get a jersey."
Well, we all have our roles, Hense. That's my role. Right?
That was funny.
I was messing with y'all. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
we do have a game. We do have a game to play. Elephant in the room.
Oh, is that time? Is it Wednesday?
You ready?
Hey, he said, "I'm gonna get my point across."
Are we ready to strike up the band, Hensley?
All right, we ready.
Hensley.
All right, let's do our Chiefs Who segment.
Before we go over, who's on the leading board right now? I know Kareem had. Now, what did he
I think John's got 2. Kareem has 3. Mm-hmm. Mango has 1. Yeah, I have 2. I think
Kareem will probably correct you here in a minute as soon as he gets his fingers onto the keys. I don't know how many he has, but I'm sure he'll let us know.
Well,
let's just get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get that intro on. Are you ready? How you gonna do it this time around again?
We'll do it the same way as last.
That's more fun.
Player's choice here. Go ahead.
Get your thinking caps
Marylee's
on.
Got the right idea. Okay, Hensley, strike up the band. Let's go.
Pump ups, tighten up those thinking caps, guys.
Let's go. Channel your inner Pink Panther, folks. Lenny the Cool, sure. Who else we got here? They don't change every week, do they? Tom Bahali. Let's go. The GOAT. That's right. That's right, Eric. Thank you for sponsoring this fine segment, the fastest growing game on YouTube TV, on YouTube channel at Chiefs Blitz. We're here for you, gang. Okay, very well. So just real briefly, I'm going to read a list of, once again, concocted clues that only I can come up with, I think. And it's your job to figure out what my crazy brains come up with. It is a current Chief. I'll read a series of clues. You guys can go ahead and chime in anytime you like. And let's see where this goes. Okay, very good. So this Chief originally committed to be an Aggie. His first double in the NFL was week 9 of 2020. He's been a champion. Any guesses?
Nothing.
Trey Smith.
It is not Trey Smith. Clue number 4.
It's current Chief, right?
Current Chief, yes. You may have seen his college team at the movies.
Marylee says Patrick Mahomes.
It is not.
Okay.
His hometown is Hollywood South, affectionately known as. One of its many nicknames, let's say that.
All right.
In his pro career, he has played with a cousin, a Burr, and a Kermit.
Hollywood Brown.
Not Hollywood Brown.
Man, he said a Burr. Man, we can play with Burrow.
His new room.
Baltimore Ravens.
His new room is crowded and tight.
He's a tight end, Andrew. He's a tight end. I don't know. He's new.
Last clue.
It's got to be Wiley.
His position has its own university.
Tight end university. Travis Kelce.
Man, he said tight end.
Irv Smith Jr. According to
Kareem from way downtown.
Oh
again.
my God!
Dang, yes,
Damn.
Herb Smith
This is
Jr.
Kareem's game.
I'm
Hey,
not
Kareem, this is
sending
your
anything
game.
else to Utah. I can't do it.
Yes,
I can't do it.
sir. Hey, did you see that?
Just
Did you
kidding.
see that story about the investigation of the post office in Kansas City? I sent out a graphic about it. I say that's Kareem is like their star witness.
Yeah.
For like stuff being like habitually late. Anyway, okay. So he originally committed to go to Texas A&M. In 2020, he scored 2 touchdowns for the first time with the Minnesota Vikings. He's been a champion. They won the national championship at Alabama in 2017. His college team, the Crimson Tide, of course, Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman were the stars of that movie. One of the nicknames of New Orleans, Louisiana, Hollywood South. You guys mentioned Titan University, Kelsey, Kittle, Greg Olson, that whole crew. Played with a cousin, Kirk, Burr, Joe Burrow, Kermit, affectionately Patrick Mahomes. And his room is crowded and new room is crowded and tight. You got it, Hense. You were on the right track.
He was.
You were right there. But Kareem, wow.
Kareem said he owned this game. He undefeated. I think he's undefeated. Not undefeated, but he's up.
Or maybe we should turn the tables on Kareem.
Never fail.
And then have him give us the clues. And one of the 4 of us has to answer. And if we don't, he wins a prize.
That's gonna be a lot of typing.
Chiefs who?
So is Kareem's is he the Caitlin Clark of our league?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kareem. You are the Patrick Mahomes of Chiefs Who. Eric Haynes,
proud sponsor of Chiefs Who.
Look at that. You should get something for like your editing. There should be an award right there. Just that piece, that clip right there should get you an editing.
That's all mangoes.
Okay, so mango. Somebody should get an award for that.
The greatest editor ever.
Thanks to everybody for playing. Great guesses. Kareem, I don't know, man. Juice. I don't know. He's really taken over the game.
Yeah, he's really good at it. You know, he's the Jordan. Those remember the Dick Enberg show.
Michael Jordan of Chief Who.
He's the Jordan Mahomes of Chiefs Who.
Everybody,
he's the Evander Holyfield of Chiefs Who.
Everybody else gonna have to find Kareem, tie him up when this game is on. Tie his fingers up where you can't type nothing in.
Can you put from your controls? Can you put Kareem in jail?
Yep.
Can you? All right. There you go.
No, he's deserved.
He said, "All hail,
all hail,
King,
the King."
He said, "Put user in timeout." Yes, I did.
No, we're not doing that. No. He deserves his props.
Maryland says, settle down. That's all right. But Kareem on the show. Kareem's been money. Without Google, he's been on top of without Google.
Probably.
What do you think? Do we wipe the slate clean when the season starts?
Yeah, when the season starts, we're starting all over. We go back to zero.
Gotcha.
Yes, absolutely.
Kareem said he owns your man cave.
There is no carryover.
I hope
he owns my man cave.
I might run out of Chiefs before then, but
maybe we expanded in non-current Chiefs.
He owns the man cave.
Guys.
So what do OTAs mean to you guys? Or what do it mean to the team? Like, what did it mean to you guys?
Off-season team activity.
Just show up.
Ding, 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 ding.
There it is.
Dun, dun, dun. Where's the bell? Where's the bell?
There it is.
No, to me, it's just a session to work with your teammates. They definitely look at the way that the coaches run them. It's to help the rookies. It's the camaraderie. It's the learning process. But it's also to see the work ethic for the newer players, and it's also for the veterans to remind themselves what it takes. To me, I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but the importance of the OTAs and the players union wanted to take OTAs away. I think that's a massive mistake. For me, I think they absolutely have to have these. And for Kansas City, with mostly complete participation, in the Mahomes era, outside of a few holdouts and a few other situations.
Yet another way the league's conspiring.
Yeah,
against
they're
going
to conspire against the Chiefs. I mean, I think it's critical, and the Chiefs will always place an importance. And you also have to remember this too: is Andy Reid runs a tight ship. These organized team activities are. This is what we need to accomplish today. This is the work. This is the time we're allotted. This is how we're going to do it. It's boom, 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 boom. Get the work in, move the guys, let the guys go, and let the coaches decide for everything.
No fluff, no frills.
No
We're not
fluff.
going to waste any time. Everything's going to be done efficiently and quickly.
Everything is planned, including the behind the back pass that Mahomes threw today.
And get used to playing that way.
Exactly.
Now, a couple of things. I think they're not necessarily looking to take away the OTAs, but to change the schedule and to push it like closer to like June or into June at the beginning of, say, a training camp, and then the ramp up period, much like they did during the COVID year. So from that perspective, now again, you look at typically that's when coaches have their vacations. If they have little kids, or if players have little kids, after school's out, maybe they do their vacations and they come back and they go back to work, right? But anyway, that's something that the Players Association, they'll have to vote on and so forth. But again, different teams use it different ways. Some of they can have as many as 10. You don't have to do 10.
Right.
You can do less. But time on task, I think, in any profession is critical to becoming a master of that particular profession. So we talk about offensive line play. Now, again, they don't get a ton of practice in those OTAs anyway, because there's no hitting. So I think that would be the next thing that they really, I believe, should take a look at, is how offensive linemen get the practice and how they can develop those guys a little bit better, because, in the college game, it doesn't seem like that they are developing very well. So
no, they don't have the time. They don't have the time to spend with the kids.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, the schedule might look different, but the bottom line is it's basically work, how you plan it, how you do it, how you execute it, and it just becomes habitual. And that's how you build a culture, and that's why where we're at.
Yep.
Man, listen, I think OTAs is basically guys is coming together. You know how you first day of school, you're coming in, like you introduce yourself, basically introduce your strength and what you are and what you can contribute to the team, and yada yada yada. That's how OTAs is to me. It's just conditioning. That's all. Go out there and condition, see how fast you can run and who can make the greatest catches. Because you're just having fun.
I need somebody to help me.
That's all it is. That's exactly.
Well, it's not like the different. I mean, it's not like pickup basketball. They are actually running things.
It is pickup basketball. I ain't playing serious, Lou. They just go out there and show them. Look what I can do.
Right. Okay.
No, it ain't.
That's how they do it in Arizona, and the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, that's how they do it in Baltimore as well.
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart.
Y'all funny for real, because OTAs is basically like, remember Hollywood Brown with the D ball? Like, they just showing arm strength, showing I can catch the ball, I can run fast, I'm stronger than you. Just friendly competition. That's all.
We're not being mean. We're just having a good time. We're just four guys in a bar.
Yeah.
I feel like OTAs got to bring the guys out there and get them going, and you get them, a little updated to the playbook, because the rookies coming in, they coming in and learning from college, and it's a little speed start to get them updated on the playbook. And plus, Andy Reid got a big playbook out there, they say, and it's fast.
Is it bigger than Bill Belichick's?
And it's going to be, and it's going to be different too. I mean, it's not like they're going to, run back a lot of the same. They do their self scouting and they look at how teams defended them this past season. So, okay, well, now we need to make some adjustments. So the rookies, obviously, they're starting behind. They've got a lot to learn, but even the veterans, because there's going to be some subtle changes here and there to kind of learn those before we go to camp. So that when we get to camp, we're hitting the ground. We're not learning again. We're running things the way we talked about them. And then, sure, there's going to be daily changes that night coaches are going to see things, and well, we tried this, and here's how they defended, and we're going to have to, maybe make an adjustment here, slight adjustment there, whatever. But the bottom line is time on task.
Yep, time on task.
Now, I know they say they give them the players the whole playbook and everything like that. Now,
not quite yet.
Not quite yet. So, I know it ain't getting them the whole playbook, because if some of them getting cut, then they got the secret sauce.
Well, here's how it works. The rookies come in and they get a playbook for rookie minicamp, and it's obviously condensed. And then during OTAs and minicamps, at least according to Travis Kelce, Andy's added about 100 different variations of plays.
That's the thinking cap
into this, so they get a little bit bigger. Then when they get to training camp, before training camp, they all get their playbooks to study in the time away from between the end of mini camps and the start of training camp.
They all get their coloring books.
They get their coloring books.
I'm guessing they may have upgraded technology, and a lot of it's on an iPad.
Yeah, probably so.
And you can't keep those. And I would imagine there's some sort of secure on the iPad that you can't forward things anywhere, or copy them. So I wouldn't be too concerned.
Would you like to hear my playbook? Part. Would you like to hear my playbook story to end the show today?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So when I was a publisher at Warpaint Illustrated, a guy in the message board posted, here we go. A little bit better music than that. This is a good story. Oh my goodness! At least give me something modern.
This is also from Hense's funeral home collection.
I'm wearing a Dawson shirt. Give me a break here. All right, on to my story, since I was so rudely interrupted by Hense. So I'm just messing.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
So somebody posted on the Warpaint Illustrated message board that they found a playbook in the hotel across the stadium. I think it was the Adams Mark at the time. And so I knew the person that did it, and I called him and said, hey, we don't want to make this public. So I called the Chiefs and I said, hey, just letting you know, this was posted. Apparently this is at the hotel. One of the players who was recently cut left it. So then the head of the NFL security the chief security calls me, and he actually is a friend of mine. And he goes, we really appreciate what you've done. And he said, we appreciate that. We got it. And Carl Peterson wants to talk to you. And I'm like, I had yet to talk to Carl Peterson at that point. I was a media guy. I was to be thumbed at. I was the bottom of the barrel.
For our younger audience, Nick,
yes.
Who is Carl Peterson?
Carl Peterson was the former general manager, president, and COO of the Kansas City Chiefs.
There you go.
He spent 20 years in Kansas City. So I get the phone call, and his secretary gets on the line and said, Mr. Peterson will be with you in a couple minutes. And so I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to say? So I get on the phone. He says, Nick, Carl Peterson, in that booming baritone voice that's undeniable. If you ever watched any of his press conferences, he had a great voice. And he goes, I really appreciate you doing that. Not a lot of people would do it. And we started talking about Warpaint Illustrated, and he said, quote, we think you do really good work there. We appreciate. And I said, well, I'm just a fan, Carl. And all I'm doing is just speaking from a fan. He goes, no, Nick. He goes, you are a journalist, unlike some of the people at the Kansas City Star at the time. And I won't mention any names. But ever since that point, we had a great relationship. We did a lot of interviews together. He gave me a tour of the Arrowhead Suite and the history behind it all, with all the legacy stuff from the Fools Club and Lamar Hunt. And I'm telling you, he taught me more about the business of football than anybody else. And so just that one act of kindness, I guess, kind of spurred a relationship that still stands today. So I appreciate it. Carl taught me a lot. I like Carl.
We got a new member on. I don't think I said.
Is that Demetrio Spence?
Demetrio Spence.
Yes.
Nice.
Demetrio Spence.
That's his crown.
Please
you
subscribe.
win gifts on this show.
Yes, John Harrison's correct. He liked his leather jackets. He absolutely did. He had many of them. I think there was a closet full.
I think Carl seemed to love himself some Carl.
Carl was he was unique mean, he came from the Philadelphia Stars in the USFL, and they won, I think, 2 or 3 championships.
Yeah.
So he came with a lot of accolades, and he was the it guy for Lamar Hunt, who hired him, and he did. A lot of people know he not only changed the fortunes of the Chiefs. Now, he never got him to the Super Bowl, but he increased the value of the Kansas City Chiefs, and he also helped Hunt Industries too, and developed some significant projects that created a lot of revenue for the Hunt family. And I think he brought us Derek Thomas. He brought us Marty. He pounded on the table at Dick Vermeil's house and said, "You got to come back and fix this." He tried everything he could and they were a Lynn Elliott mistake here and a Jonathan Hayes drop ball here from probably going to 2 Super Bowls. And, that's the sad part of it all. So I think Carl was unique. He was definitely, he was the Al Davis of the Chiefs. And I loved him. And I still, to this day, every time I see him, I thank him for everything that he did for me during my Warpaint Illustrated days a lot, because he taught me a lot of things.
Good deal.
So there it is.
Hans, do you have a gold jacket story you want to talk about? A gold jacket story?
I do not, sir.
Okay.
Is anybody in line to get fitted?
Only one guys are in line to get fitted. Is Eric.
All right, let's talk one last time about my good friend
Jared Wiley.
Yes, Wiley will be there.
There's a few.
Let's talk about Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. He is your professional real estate advisor. He's my professional real estate advisor. He's also one of my best friends. When we started Chiefs Blitz, he was the first to call, "What can I do to help?" And here he is, us talking about him every show, and you can see his content, his imagery up on the website. We're also going to set it up. We're going to do an interview with Eric, and we're going to grill him about a lot of things. So that'll be kind of fun as well. But if you listen, in all seriousness, if you're looking for a trusted real estate advisor, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esellskc@gmail.com, or you can check him out at Twitter at Eric Haynes. And again, if you buy or sell a house from him, I will give you a personal item from my Len Dawson collection as a thank you for working with our best sponsor. So appreciate you, Eric. Thank you, my friend.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
Boy, you put some love behind that one.
Is Eric looks like a very young man.
He's deceivingly young. Yes, he has one of those. He has not changed I think it's almost 20 years since I've known him. Okay. He has not changed at all. I first met him. He was tending bar at a nightclub in the Power and Light District, and he recognized me from my Warpaint Illustrated stuff. And he worked in a lot of bars since. I never paid for a beer. He would never let me pay. He treated me for years, and I really appreciate it. I thought that was really cool.
Free brewski.
He made me feel so. I got free brewskis from him.
That's what's up.
So when he comes on, is he going to return the favor here?
I will do whatever Eric needs.
Does that little system carry over to the guys?
Well, he does actually have a bar in Missouri.
Does he?
He does. He recently purchased one. So when you come visit Lou, the 4 of us will go down. So you need to plan a week. Right now, check the schedule, find the cheapest flight possible, and come to Kansas City for a game. We'll get tickets, or we'll hang out at his bar, and we'll do our podcast from Eric's bar. How's that?
He's gonna be back. He's gonna be the back of Soul Plane if you gonna find him a cheap.
I will look for a cheap flight for you and see what we can do.
Yeah, Lou, you gotta come to the city, man. You gotta come to the city.
That Lou getting carried on in luggage. He gonna be in the luggage.
That's right, man. Only one way to fly.
Kareem wants it to be the Tampa game because he is flying in for that game. So
Kareem flying for the Tampa game.
Yes, we are gonna party, but we're gonna have a good time.
I was thinking more so training camp, but maybe we get a player or two, a couple interviews. Maybe we could sneak into the.
That sounds cool.
Sneak into the press conferences.
Get in Hollywood on.
All right, let's work on it. All right, guys, that's it. They are gonna shut my internet off because they're burying my cable line here in a few minutes. So,
hey, everybody, thanks for the love, guys. Hey, I gotta make it quick. Everybody, thanks for the love. And what's the new young man name on here?
We got Demetrio Spence. Of course, John, Ruben, Ken, Marilee, Kareem, the 6-time winner of Chiefs.
6-time rinse salute Kareem.
Let's see, Ruben
owns that.
About time as well. He's a big fan of Kingsley. I agree with you. Nothing here. About time. We can talk about this next week. Prediction. Reed retires after this year, and we bring Herm back. That's not going to happen. As much as I'd like my friend Herm Edwards to come back. Sam Parrish was on the show. Jerome Bunkers. Kenny Sinclair, Vincent DiCarlo. We appreciate all these guys. I don't think I missed anybody, but if I did, my apologies. And remember, check us out at YouTube. Please subscribe. We have 272 people on there. If you have not hit the subscribe button, press it right now. It should be in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen itself. Let's do it. Let's build this up.
Just half a second, man. Just half a second. Just subscribe. Tell everybody half a second.
Just half a second. Just half a second. Our goal before the start of the training camp is 1,000 subscribers. So we're going to do whatever it takes.
Whoa.
So
all right,
let's make it happen.
You're going to hear his internet go.
Yep. It's about to go.
Shut up.
We're reaching for the stars, man. Reaching for the stars. That's all right.
Dude, guys, remember 1,000 subs, man. We did 1,000 subs. Just
1,000 subs by the time we hit training camp. That's my goal. I don't know how we're going to make that happen, but it will happen if you spread the word.
We will.
And to the person who is number 1,000, they will get a priceless,
the whole shelf
collectible from me. I mean, I'm talking like keep it forever kind of thing.
Ooh, the whole
there it is.
Shelf, the top shelf.
All right.
Top shelf.
All right, guys.
Maybe I'll be. I hear that. All right.
We're back Friday,
out, guys.
Peace.
Yep.